All right, guys, I've been craving some good sushi since we got to Vegas, and I just have not had it. We've gone to a couple of the, cheapy buffets and everything, and, I don't even tell you what the sushi's like in those places. Tonight we're gonna be checking out somewhere a little bit different, for me at least. We're gonna be checking out Toro in the Mirage, soon to be called Hard Rock. This one, for me, is a place that I want to check out because, we all heard by now that Mirage is gonna be going away soon. It's gonna be, it's currently being taken over by the Hard Rock. That said, they also, with a status match, did give us quite a bit of money to spend there on food. I think it was like $300 each, so we thought, we've only got a couple days left of the trip here, let's take advantage and use it on having something really great to eat tonight. So we are going to be checking out Toro. As I said, this place is in the Mirage. I've never eaten there before. Mirage just holds a special place in my heart. I've always liked the Mirage. Even though my first time staying there was only like last year, it's some place that I've always visited when I've come to Vegas. I've always made a point to go put 20 bucks in a machine there, whatever the case was. I've always liked the Mirage. And quite honestly, the stay we had there last year was one of my favorites, just with the way they treated us. They treated us so well, upgraded us to a crazy room, just all of it. We just had the, really good, fond memories and fond times when it comes to the Mirage. So looking forward to eating this dinner. I'm not sure how busy it's going to be, how much I'll be able to film in there. I will definitely, show you some of the things that we eat, and then if I can't talk about it while I'm in there, I will definitely let you know afterwards what we thought. So yeah, let's go get some sushi. All right, guys, a Toro Roboto Grill. So I went there more so for the sushi, but they are probably more so known for their Roboto Grill, which is like a fireside type grill situation. So the menu is not a massive menu by all means, but it probably has all the right stuff on there if that's what you're going for. For me, I was going there for more of the seafood side. Cody likes a bit of a mix of seafood and meat, so it definitely had a little bit of a mix for us. That said, one of the unfortunate side effects of us in Vegas is, for one thing, we don't typically have the best appetite when we come here, especially the longer we're here. I find the longer we're here, the less we're eating. We're usually just like, we start off strong, and then as the time progresses, we basically start, splitting apps, splitting things here and there. So truthfully, we went there with the intention of eating so much because, I was craving it. Hard Rock also gave us some crazy incentives, as I mentioned, to spend money there. So the meal was going to be free pretty much, basically, regardless. It was they gave me and Cody each 300 bucks to spend on food. So yeah, we definitely wanted to take full advantage and enjoy ourselves. So we started off with some hot sake, the Taiku, like, well, not hot, warm sake, which quite honestly was what I was craving. I've been drinking pretty much tequila all week, so having a little bit of warm sake was kind of a nice change of pace, kind of helped, I guess, open up the palate a little bit, get me ready for some delicious food. They did have two specials of the day, one of them being the lobster tempura. So it was 60 bucks for a 1 pound, 1 pound of, meat from the lobster. So you had a little bit of claw, a little bit of tail, this and that. It wasn't bad. I personally felt like I had enough of it. So maybe that would have been a good thing to split between like maybe 4 people, because between the two of us, I had a couple pieces and I was good. And then there was so much more that by the end of it, I was actually kind of already getting full, which is not what I wanted to happen, because like I said, there was so much on the menu that I wanted to taste and to sample. So then we had some miso soups at about $8 a piece. I do love getting miso soup whenever I go for get like seafood or sushi, things like that, because that fermented bean paste is so good for you. I really love fermented food like kimchi, things like that, for those probiotics in your body. It's really good for you, so I was really happy to have that. Cody got some gyoza, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right or wrong. He said it was really good. He said that the quality of meat was in there. It was really good. I didn't try those, but yeah, they did look really good. Since we were at Otoro, we had to get the Otoro. Well, this wasn't sushi. It was just the regular pieces of Otoro, or you get it with the rice. But you got it just on its own. I got it with the rice. This was like a very fatty, like tuna belly. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't love it, and I mean, when it comes to fish, I do prefer like more of a milder fish. I do tend to like tuna because I do find it's not as harsh as like a salmon it would be sometimes. But I gotta say, I didn't personally love my first bite, especially. The second bite with the rice I found to be a little bit better, but it definitely wasn't my personal favorite. But I can see how if you are into that type of thing that you probably would enjoy that. Since we were already getting kind of full based on what we already had, I didn't want to get a whole set of like rolls, so I just got a hand roll with the tempura sweet potato or yam, depending on who you ask. I know they are different things, but I find these places do use them interchangeably sometimes. It was like a purple colored potato. It was good though, I did enjoy it. The sauce that kind of came with it's usually more of like a umami, I think they call it, where it's like sort of a sweet and a savory. This I found to be a little more on the vinegar side, so it wasn't what I was expecting when I took that first bite, but it was still pretty decent. Cody then also ordered the pork belly, which was the part of the Roboto grill. He was expecting to get, you know, like one piece of it, but for the price, he actually got 2 chunks of it that he had to bring one home because it was just too much. But all in all, I know he did really enjoy that as well. At this point in the game, I wanted to order more because like I was looking forward to this meal for days. Like I really wanted to order more. They had some truffle fried rice. They had some other different you know, sushi and just different things that I really wanted to order. But I know that, you know, at that point in the game, Cody was done. I didn't particularly want to order too much and get myself to a point where I was, you know, super stuffed or super uncomfortable. You know, I know we had a longer night ahead of us still. So at that point, we decided that maybe it was time to call it, even though I was still trying to encourage him to get that table rock. You can order like they bring you like a rock that's like, I think something like crazy, like 600 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. It's very hot. And you cook your meat on it table side, so you get like a little piece of like Wagyu beef or whatever the case is. I was pushing him to get it, but he didn't want to get it because he was already stuffed, so unfortunately he didn't get that. And as I said, we decided to call it quits at that point with the meal. But I thought, you know what, we got to get something obnoxious to drink. We were going to get dessert. We checked out the desserts. There was a few different options. There's this one like mushroom. They call it the mushroom. I think it's actually just like a chocolate cake, basically. So he got some port. I opted not on the menu a bunch of times. I decided to be really obnoxious and get myself a little 2 ounce of 1942 Don Julio. I actually never had Don Julio. I love, well, 1942 anyway. I love tequilas, but I'd never actually tried that one before, I will admit, at least as far as I know. I gotta be honest though, at $65 US for 2 ounces of Don Julio, was I blown away? Not really. I don't know if it was because I was already full from the food, whether it was just because of just being in Vegas for, at that point, pretty much a week. If I was just kind of over drinking, I don't know. I was expecting to taste it and be just blown away, and I didn't really feel that. I gotta be honest with you, tequila wise, I've tried, you know, so many. I've tried ones on the crazy high-end spectrum. I've had, you know, had ones, you know, the really cheap like Jose Cuervos and things like that. I gotta say, my favorite is probably one that would be considered, I guess, like a mid-tier, which is like the Cazadores Añejo. I mean, in Canada, I think we pay about $45 or so for a 26er of it, and it's gotta be my favorite tequila. Like something I can sip on, something I can mix if I really want to mix, but something I can very easily just pour myself a little bit and just sip and enjoy. And it's very inexpensive, so if you are a tequila drinker, I would definitely recommend giving that one a try because it's easily one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So after tax, all in all, for those 12 items, the bill came to about $282. You know, obviously we tipped on top of that as well. Hard Rock, as I mentioned, you know, with the comps, that basically covered our you know, our meal. We tipped ourselves after that because it doesn't cover the tip, so we did tip ourselves after the meal. But I don't know. All in all, I know I ordered obnoxiously expensive after dinner drink. All in all, do I think it was worth it? I think it depends. I think that for me personally, the Otoro, that, you know, tuna belly, I didn't really enjoy it as much as somebody who really enjoys that type of thing would have enjoyed it probably. You know, somebody who really knows their fish, somebody who really loves their sashimi and whatnot, that, you know, like the quality of the fish, I think somebody else would have probably enjoyed it and appreciated it more than I did. That said, I still did enjoy the meal in general. It was a nice, you know, ambiance, nice atmosphere. Did I think it was like a $300 plus meal? Not really, personally, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't necessarily go again. I think just going again, I would know maybe what to order and what not to order, I would say. You know, I would maybe stick to maybe a couple more rolls, a couple more appetizers. Like I mentioned, there was some things on there that I didn't get to taste that I would like to have, maybe like the truffle fried rice, for example. But like I said, all in all, we still did enjoy ourselves. Big thank you to the Hard Rock for basically covering that meal for us. That was really great. Or, you know, the Mirage, whatever you want to call it at this point. It's sort of like a bit of a hybrid of the two at this point in the game. I really am going to miss the Mirage. I know I say that in pretty much every Vegas video now. I really am going to miss it. We've spent a good portion of this trip actually eating in there and playing in there, and it's funny because we stayed there last year and probably spent more time in there this trip, you know, not even staying in there, than we did the last trip. So yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody at Mirage/Hard Rock for, you know, their hospitality so far. I always said I wouldn't go back if it was Hard Rock. I don't know. I gotta be open to it, I guess. Now I still am gonna miss the Mirage. I'm gonna miss the volcano. I'm gonna miss the smell, the atmosphere, just everything. I love the Mirage, so I'm definitely sad to see it go. But anyway, let me know below if you have eaten at a Toro or any of the other restaurants in the Mirage. You know, this trip is coming to an end for us, unfortunately. But that said, we are planning on coming back hopefully in the summer. So today we ate at Pantry, for example. We weren't blown away by that at all. But if there's anywhere in the Mirage that you think that we maybe missed out on, I know we haven't eaten at Stack. That's one place I think that that's probably actually the only place, Stack and Rum Bar. We might go back to Rum Bar tonight and grab a drink, but otherwise that's probably one of the two of the only places that we haven't really eaten now at the Mirage. Oh, and what's that bar called? It used to be Revolution. I'm drawing a blank. You know it, you've walked by it before. The Still, that's what it's called, The Still. So yeah, that, if you're, you know, a long time Vegas goer, you'll remember that being his Revolution, where he used to have like the Revolutions, you know, in big giant letters spelled all around the restaurant. That some of the letters were actually seats in the bar, which were kind of cool. But yeah, now it is not. It's called The Still. It is no longer Revolution. It hasn't been Revolution for a few years now, anyway. But anyway, yeah, we haven't eaten there either, and that was one place I wouldn't have mind going today. There is a California Pizza Kitchen in there, which I haven't eaten at. No, I have eaten that one before. Actually, I'm lying. A long time ago, though. Anyway. I'm digressing a lot. So if you've eaten at Toro before, let me know what your thoughts were. We may go back there again sometime in the future. Not this trip, just because as I said, we are cutting it close to going home soon now. But we will definitely be going back to the Mirage when we come back in Vegas, hopefully in the summer. So anyway, let me know if you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are about Toro or any other restaurants in the Mirage. Please share this video with anybody you know that's going to Vegas, anybody who's looking for some interesting food options when they come and visit. I've got plenty more Vegas videos for you to see as well. If you're thinking of staying at the Mirage, especially before it becomes the Hard Rock, I've got a room tour there of a crazy upgrade we got for just doing the $20 trick. So make sure you check that video. Make sure you check out all of my Vegas videos that I've got on my channel. There's a whole, you know, subcategory on my channel with all my Vegas content. Check that out, please. Once again, this has been Daniel Spotlight, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.